Hey guys, Nick Kellar with Greg Brock, Atlas Premier Realty, coming to you with another one of our video blogs. Today we wanted to talk with you about the 6 things you can do immediately following purchasing a home. So everybody knows what you should do leading up to purchasing a house, but what do you do immediately after to protect yourself?
Right. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to consult with a lawyer, if you have a lawyer already. An estate lawyer would be probably the person that you want to talk to in regards to updating your last will and testament. If you don't have an estate in place, you have to at least update the will and testament to ensure that you're protecting your loved ones should something happen to you.
Absolutely. The second thing you want to do is get rid of your PMI or private mortgage insurance as quickly as possible. So for those of you who are not putting down 20%, which few people do these days, you have what's called PMI, and it's a big chunk of your monthly mortgage payment. Once you get to a 20% equity stake in your house, you can refinance out of that and save that money per month. So it ends up being a big saving. So you want to try to drop that as quickly as possible.
And one strategy, the next one that we're going to speak about, is to pay a little extra per month. So the kind of rule of thumb here is to take your monthly payment and then divide it by 12 and then add that on top of your monthly mortgage payment. On average, they say that saves you about 7 years, brings you back down to about a 23-year mortgage on a regular 30-year one.
And it gets rid of that PMI.
So
the fourth one you want to do is if you use some of your savings for the down payment or closing costs, you want to replenish that and build what's called an emergency fund. So a good rule of thumb financially is to keep 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses in the bank, just in case of a worst case scenario might happen. So it's just being safe, and it's just a smart financial strategy. So replenish that emergency fund.
And again, not to keep harping on this worst case scenario thing, but the next thing you want to do is reconsider your life insurance policy. Make sure that your insurance policies are enough to cover the mortgage amount. That way your loved ones, God forbid something happened to you, have enough to cover that mortgage. So they don't have to think about that.
Right. And then the very last one we have for you, the 6th one, is just quite simply changing your locks and install deadbolts. This day and age, you don't know who might have keys that previously owned the house, and it's just a safe thing to do. It might also be a good time to think about installing a security system.
Absolutely.
So these are the top 6 things we have for you, that just tips that you might want to do after you purchase your home. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.